On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Miracle.
An act or occurrence that is not explicable by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore believed to be caused by God.
Examples:
Miracle person. Economic miracle. The doctors said that her recovery was a miracle.
Remedy.
A successful way of dealing with or improving an unpleasant or difficult situation or curing an illness.
Examples:
Remedy for air pollution. An internal remedy. This drug will be a good remedy for your stomach trouble.
Epilepsy.
A neurological disorder characterized by recurrent seizures or convulsions, which can manifest in a variety of ways and be caused by various factors.
Examples:
Epilepsy seizure. Epilepsy medication. The flashing lights at the concert triggered her epilepsy and caused a seizure.
Hemorrhage.
Profuse bleeding, often caused by a ruptured vessel.
Examples:
Hemorrhage from a breast. Hemorrhage control. He had a severe brain hemorrhage that left him paralyzed.
Bruising.
Discoloration of the skin caused by an injury or trauma to the underlying blood vessels, figuratively, the emotional or psychological damage caused by someone's actions or words, adjective, of or relating to something that causes physical or emotional harm, damage, or injury.
Examples:
Severe bruising. Emotional bruising. The athlete's bruising injury prevented them from playing in the championship game.
Nausea.
A feeling of sickness or discomfort in the stomach that is often accompanied by an urge to vomit, a sensation of loathing or disgust.
Examples:
Nausea medication. Drug-induced nausea and vomiting. The roller coaster ride left me with a feeling of nausea.
Virtually.
Almost completely.
Examples:
Virtually all countries. Virtually identical. Virtually all the parties signed the contract.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Ailment.
A slight but often persistent illness.
Examples:
Heart ailment. Age-related ailment. He got timely treatment for his physical ailment of severe back pain.
Powder.
A dry and fine substance that consists of very small, loose particles.
Examples:
Powder additive. Curry powder. She used a powder brush to apply her foundation evenly.
Salvage.
The act of saving or rescuing something from potential loss or destruction. The property or items that are saved or rescued in this way. Verb, to save, recover, or rescue something from a dangerous, damaged, or deteriorating situation.
Examples:
Salvage operation. Salvage a sunken ship. The salvage yard was full of old cars waiting to be scrapped.
Straight.
Extending or moving in one direction without bending or curving, having no deviations.
Examples:
A straight line. Straight for 2 months. He was sick for 5 straight days.
Mum.
A British term for mom or mother, adjective, failing to speak or communicate when expected to do so.
Examples:
Mum's cooking. Keep mum. My mum always knew how to comfort me when I was feeling down.
Grind.
To reduce something to small particles or powder by crushing or rubbing it, to work hard over a long period of time.
Examples:
Grind away at my work. Grind your teeth. She had to grind the coffee beans before making a fresh cup.
Mummify.
To embalm and preserve the body of a deceased person, especially in ancient Egypt.
Examples:
Mummify a corpse. Mummify a body. The ancient Egyptians believed in mummifying their dead to preserve the body for the afterlife.
Flesh.
The soft substance composing the body of a person or animal, as opposed to bones and other structures.
Examples:
Grow in flesh. Flesh eating. The flesh of the fruit is sweet and juicy.
Cannibal.
A person who eats the flesh or internal organs of other human beings, especially as a cultural or ritual practice.
Examples:
Cannibal tribe. Habitual cannibal. The horror movie portrayed a group of cannibals who hunted humans in the woods.
Ashore.
On or towards the land, as opposed to the sea or water.
Examples:
Bring ashore. Go ashore after sunset. The ship finally came ashore after a long voyage.
Initial.
Of or happening at the beginning, noun, the first letter of a word, especially a person's name.
Examples:
Initial velocity. An initial letter. They took the initial step toward reconciliation.
Indigenous.
Someone or something that is native to or occurring naturally in a particular place.
Examples:
Indigenous crop. Indigenous peoples. The indigenous plants need to be pollinated by local insects.
Peaceful.
Not involving violence, conflict, or war.
Examples:
Peaceful country. Peaceful coexistence. Plutonium has limited peaceful applications.
Mention.
To speak or write about something or someone briefly.
Examples:
Mention name. Mention in a report. I mentioned to him that I had seen his sister at the grocery store earlier that day.
Rumor.
A piece of unverified information of uncertain origin that is spread by word of mouth.
Examples:
A false rumor. Rumor mill. There was a baseless rumor that the company was going bankrupt.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Raid.
A sudden short attack, usually by soldiers, ships, or aircraft.
Examples:
Make a raid on an enemy's camp. Air raid siren. Throughout the raid, the bank robbers wore masks.
Grant.
To agree to give or allow somebody.
Examples:
Grant a new license. Grant a land. The chairperson granted him the right to speak.
Permit.
To allow for something to happen or be done. Noun, the act of giving a formal, usually written, authorization.
Examples:
Permit application. Work permit. The teacher will not permit any students to leave the classroom early.
Capture.
To catch a person or an animal and confine them in an area which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Capture a glimpse. Capture customers' hearts. I was able to capture the moment on film.
Enslave.
To make someone a slave, to deprive someone of their freedom of choice or action.
Examples:
Enslave poor peasants. Enslave indigenous people. Her beauty enslaved me completely.
Label.
A small piece of paper, fabric, or other material attached to an object and giving information about it. Verb, to assign to a category.
Examples:
A mailing label. Label a bag with my name. The label on the food package lists the ingredients and nutritional information.
Resist.
To refuse to accept something and attempt to prevent it from happening.
Examples:
resist temptation, resist being kissed. I chose to resist cancer by trying every possible treatment.
Plunder.
To rob or steal, especially by force or in times of war or chaos, to pillage or loot a place or property.
Examples:
plunder the enemy's stronghold, plunder his reputation. The pirates could plunder the ship and steal all of the valuable cargo.
Kidnapping.
The act of taking somebody away illegally and holding them captive.
Examples:
kidnapping attempt, mass kidnapping. She received a year's imprisonment for aggravated kidnapping.
Colonize.
To establish a colony in or on a specific place, to settle or occupy in large numbers.
Examples:
colonize planets, colonize for cultivation. European powers colonized much of the Americas in the 16th and 17th centuries.
Humanize.
To make something or someone more humane or compassionate, to make something more relatable or understandable to humans.
Examples:
humanize my pet, humanize a room. The charity event aims to humanize the homeless rather than treat them as mere statistics.
Cannibalism.
The practice of eating the flesh of other people or one species, a behavior seen in certain animals, especially insects and arachnids, in which one individual consumes another of the same species.
Examples:
cannibalism practice, incidents of cannibalism. The tribe's religious rituals involved cannibalism of their enemies.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
cognitive complexity, complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Diverse.
Including numerous categories of individuals or entities, various.
Examples:
diverse backgrounds, a person of diverse talents. New York is a city with a diverse ethnic population.
Involve.
To include or affect someone or something as a necessary part of something else.
Examples:
involve a lot of paperwork, involve a high degree of risk. The investigation involves several government agencies and is expected to take several months.
Recognizable.
Easy to become aware of or identify.
Examples:
to a recognizable degree. Recognizable landmark. His car was easily recognizable in the parking lot.
Vary.
To become different in terms of size, shape, etc.
Examples:
vary according to the age. Vary directly with the price. Maximum heart rates vary a lot for each individual.
Survival.
The state of continuing to exist or live, frequently in the face of difficulty or danger.
Examples:
survival ability. Survival food. He evaluated his chances for survival rather pessimistically.
Famine.
A severe shortage of food, often caused by drought, war, or economic reasons.
Examples:
famine relief. Coal famine. The severe famine caused by the drought has left many people without food.
Siege.
The surrounding of a place and isolating it by an army to defeat those defending it.
Examples:
hostage siege. Lay siege to his house. People began storing up food and supplies for the siege.
Ill-fated.
Having a tragic or disastrous destiny or outcome, often due to unfortunate circumstances.
Examples:
ill-fated experiment. Ill-fated love. The ill-fated voyage of the Titanic is a tragic tale of human error and hubris.
Expedition.
A journey or voyage for a specific purpose.
Examples:
expedition team. A polar expedition. The expedition to the Amazon jungle was both exciting and challenging.
Starve.
To suffer or die from lack of food, to cause someone or something to suffer or die from lack of food, to deprive something of necessary nourishment or sustenance.
Examples:
starve for a victory. Starve to death. If you don't eat soon, you're going to starve.
Norm.
Something that is regarded as usual, typical, or standard.
Examples:
norm of action. Cultural norm. The systems we have developed has accepted as industry norms.
Ordinary.
Not different, exceptional, or unexpected in any way, especially in quality, ability, size, or degree.
Examples:
an ordinary school. Ordinary annual revenue. The ordinary session of the Diet opened.
Circumstance.
The specific conditions or events that surround a particular situation or occurrence.
Examples:
circumstance of birth. Circumstance of injury. She explained the circumstances surrounding the accident.
Medicinal.
Of or relating to the treatment or cure of disease. Medicinal chemistry. Traditional medicinal. The medicinal properties of this herb have been known to help with various ailments.
Mummy.
A body of a human or animal that has been preserved, typically by being embalmed and wrapped in linen or other material.
Examples:
Mummy tomb. Ancient Egyptian mummy. The well-preserved mummy was discovered in an ancient tomb in the desert.
Craze.
An enthusiasm for a particular activity, object, or idea that appears suddenly and achieves widespread but short-lived popularity, a fad.
Examples:
Craze for speculation. Fitness craze. We experienced a craze for electric vehicles as interest in green tech grew.
Sustained.
Lasting for a long time or continuing for a long time without becoming weaker or less intense.
Examples:
Sustained economic growth. Sustained release medication. The company experienced sustained growth over the past decade.
Opportunistic.
Making use of a current situation to get power or advantage, especially regardless of planning or principle.
Examples:
Opportunistic fungus. Opportunistic behavior. Many of the party's members joined for simply opportunistic reasons.
Cemetery.
A burial ground or graveyard, a place where dead bodies are buried.
Examples:
Cemetery plot. Historic cemetery. We visited the cemetery to pay our respects to our deceased loved ones.
Index.
A list of items, such as names, subjects, or keywords, that is arranged in a particular order and is usually found at the end of a book or document. A number or symbol that indicates the value or level of something, such as a stock index or a temperature index.
Examples:
A full text index. Health index. The stock market index measures the performance of a group of stocks.
Encyclopedia.
A comprehensive reference work containing articles on a wide range of subjects or numerous aspects of a particular field or discipline, usually arranged alphabetically or thematically.
Examples:
Encyclopedia entry. Online encyclopedia. Many bookshops no longer carry printed encyclopedias, but some libraries still hold on to their collections.
Liquid.
A substance, such as water or oil that flows freely, and is neither a solid nor a gas.
Examples:
Colorless liquid. Hazardous liquid. The sponge takes up the liquid well.
Liver.
A large organ in the body, involved in many metabolic processes, such as detoxification of the organism and the synthesis of proteins.
Examples:
Liver disease. fatty liver. The patient will undergo liver transplant surgery tomorrow.
Distill.
To purify or refine, to extract the essential elements.
Examples:
distill a liquid. Distill information. She decided to distill her thoughts into a more manageable list.
Brain.
The organ inside the head that is responsible for one's movement, thought, memory, and feeling.
Examples:
basic brain function. Permanent brain damage. X-rays revealed a small tumor in his brain.
Pulverize.
To break into fine particles or dust, to crush, pound, or grind into a powder or a paste, to destroy completely or utterly.
Examples:
pulverize rocks. Pulverize competition. The demolition crew had to pulverize the old building to make room for the new one.
Concoction.
The mixture, often a complicated one, a preparation made by combining various ingredients.
Examples:
concoction recipe. Coffee milk concoction. The concoction of herbs and spices gave the soup a unique flavor.
Filial.
Relating to or befitting a son or daughter, having the characteristics or feelings of a child towards their parent.
Examples:
filial respect. Filial generation. Filial piety is an important value in many Asian cultures, where respect for one's parents is paramount.
Typical.
Having the usual characteristics or traits of a specific group of things.
Examples:
typical leader. Fairly typical symptoms. This artwork is typical of her work.
Ditch.
A long, narrow, and shallow depression or channel that is dug into the ground. Verb, to throw away.
Examples:
agricultural ditch. Ditch my career. The farmers used ditches to drain water from their fields.
Attempt.
An act or effort of trying to do something, especially something difficult.
Examples:
the attempt to rescue the hostages. A reckless attempt. The third attempt was far more successful.
Offspring.
Descendant, any immature animal or plant.
Examples:
female offspring. Produce offspring. How many offspring does the average lion have?
Thigh.
The part of the human leg between the hip and the knee. In animals, the corresponding upper part of the hind leg.
Examples:
thigh muscle. Chicken thigh. The marathon runner felt a cramp in her thigh at the 20th mile.
Rite.
A formal or ceremonial act or set of acts, performed in a traditional or prescribed way, a religious or spiritual ceremony or practice.
Examples:
Perform the rite. Rite of passage into adulthood. The bishop performed the rite of consecration for the new church.
Cult.
A small religious group, especially one that is not part of a larger religion and that is regarded as outside the norm, followers of an exclusive system of beliefs and practices.
Examples:
Cult members. Cult's practices. The cult leader promised his followers that they would achieve enlightenment if they followed his teachings.
Sanction.
Official permission or approval for an action, especially an economic or political action by a government or international organization, a penalty or punishment imposed for breaking the law, rule, or agreement. Verb: to impose a penalty or punishment for breaking the law, rule, or agreement.
Examples:
Imperial sanction. Popular sanction. The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Guinea.
A former British gold coin worth 21 shillings, or a unit of currency used in some West African countries. Guinea, a republic in Western Africa on the Atlantic.
Examples:
Guinea coins. Guinea pig. The cost of the antique vase is 3 guineas.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Preference.
A stronger liking or interest for something or someone than another thing or person.
Examples:
His meal preferences. A particular preference for Chinese art. Her preference is comfortable clothing over fashionable ones.
Advance.
To go or move forward, to develop in a positive way.
Examples:
Advance the technology. Advance a cooperative relationship. Scientific knowledge will advance significantly with the power of AI.
Consume.
To spend something, especially fuel, energy, or time, in a large amount.
Examples:
Consume a large of alcohol. Consume electricity. A smaller car will consume less fuel.
Ritual.
Any customary observance or practice, any prescribed procedure for conducting religious ceremonies.
Examples:
A ritual dance. Morning ritual. The woman of the house does the holy ritual of lighting 2 candles.
Honor.
High regard or great respect for someone, The quality of having and doing based on a keen sense of morality. Verb, to show respect towards someone.
Examples:
Womanly honor. Honor our ancestors. I claim on my honor that it is true.
Deceased.
No longer alive, dead.
Examples:
Deceased loved one. Deceased relative. The deceased person's family was notified of their passing.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Kuru.
A rare, degenerative neurological disorder that affects the brain and nervous system and is typically associated with cannibalistic practices in certain cultures.
Examples:
Kuru disease. Kuru research. The symptoms of Kuru include tremors, loss of coordination, and difficulty walking and speaking.
Fiction.
The type of book or story, especially novels, that describes imaginary events and people, anything made up or imagined that is not true.
Examples:
Stuff of science fiction. Non-fiction bestseller. Truth is stranger than fiction.
Verify.
To check that something exists or is true, or to prove that something is correct.
Examples:
Verify a document. Verify identity. We always verify all critical information independently.
Gap.
A conspicuous disparity or difference separates something such as a figure, people, their opinions, situation, etc.
Examples:
The gap between ideal and reality. Distance gap. Many people are working together to close the gender gap.
Volunteer.
A person who performs or offers to perform a job or service without being paid for or forced to do.
Examples:
Seek volunteers. My volunteer work. The teachers make full use of volunteer assistance.
Accuse.
To charge or criticize someone with a crime or wrongdoing.
Examples:
Accuse his rudeness. Accuse each other. The witness accused the defendant of committing the robbery.
Millennium.
A span of 1,000 years, or the 1,000th anniversary, plural, millennia.
Examples:
Past millennium. Millennium bottle of wine. Our world is in the third millennium.